So hey everyone, today we're going to switch things up and we're going to go over a refinance signing. Alright, so hi, I'm Lee Smith. I'm going to be completing your signing for today.
Okay.
So a lot of the documents in here you probably signed electronically.
Okay.
So you're going to see a lot of redundancy.
Okay.
But I'm still going to go over everything with you. First things first, do you have your ID?
Yes. Here it is.
Alright, perfect. And I have the Paycheck Act form here. This is just used to just pretty much I'll just put your information in here is to verify your identity.
Okay.
The lender requires it. So if you want to know, like, oh, you're copying all my stuff down. So let's get that in there. Oh, okay, you got a birthday coming up?
I do.
Right. Any big plans?
No, not really.
Yeah, nothing really going on these days. All right. Perfect. And I'll need to scan. Did you have a photocopy of it, or do you mind if I take a picture of it?
Oh, I have a photocopy.
Okay, yeah. So I can get that back to you now. That's yours to keep. And before we start, I'd like to give you the date. So when you use the FedEx label here, I don't want to waste any paper. So today's date, we have 11/4/2021. So whenever you see dates,
Oh,
nothing
okay,
worry about
thank you for
remembering it.
that. That is awesome.
It's right there. Yep. And the other thing too, if it doesn't say date, if it doesn't explicitly have a date line, don't add a date.
Okay.
So first thing is gonna go over the numbers, make sure everything looks right. So this is your closing disclosure. It's gonna go over all the loan terms. You should have received
Oh, I
this
saw that
already.
one. Yeah, I got that one.
So I'll just briefly go over it with you.
Okay.
So we have a 30-year purchase,
Mm-hmm.
a 30-year refinance, my apologies, at a fixed rate, conventional loan. Here's your loan amount.
Okay.
And then the interest rate.
Okay.
You have no prepayment penalty and no balloon payment.
Okay.
And here's your estimated total monthly payment.
Okay.
And then your cash to close.
Got it.
All right, perfect. So if that's all right, I'm gonna have you sign and date. Thank you. Now, next one is the alter statement or settlement statement. It just goes over all the closing costs that you had. So I'll briefly go over this with you as well. So you see here, if that's a debit, that's what was taken out. The credits are what you're gonna be getting back. So you had a lender credit from CMG Mortgage for this amount here.
Okay.
Then you had a mortgage payoff. Now this is paying off your other mortgage.
Okay.
So if there's a lot of times they overestimate this, so if there's an overpayment, you'll be refunded the difference.
Oh, okay.
That's gonna come directly from the lender.
Okay.
All right. Then here's your loan amount.
Okay.
Your new loan amount. That looks right?
Yep, that's right.
All right. So then you had your credit report. You had some admin fees, processing fees, tax service fee. Then you have to set up your property tax escrow.
Okay.
Now that's gonna be for the next one. So the
All
escrow
those
that you
insurance and the taxes.
yeah, so all those
Okay.
things, right? So you already probably had an existing escrow with your old lender.
Okay.
What's gonna happen is that they're gonna send you a check for that as well.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So next, again, homeowners insurance, then aggregate adjustments. Then we have title charges. These are the fees associated with title company. That's gonna be cost for make sure there's no liens, making sure that there's no issue of ownership, and the cost of title insurance that's required by the lender.
Okay.
Then you have your government recording and transfer charges. And these are your hard fees. You can't change those. That was what gets charged to the government.
Okay.
So mortgage for filing that new mortgage, and then mortgage satisfaction, state mortgage tax stamps, and then your intangible taxes.
Okay.
Right there. Then all that come together, you're gonna be getting back this amount in cash.
Okay. Yep, that's what they told me.
Perfect. So this one you're gonna sign, and you see it doesn't say date, so no date on that one.
Okay.
All right. Perfect. So next is your note. This is your promise to pay. All right, so you're promising to pay this amount
Okay.
to this lender for this interest rate.
Okay.
First payment, January 1st, 2022.
Oh, I get to skip a payment.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Now, this section says you have no prepayment penalty. You also have a 15-day grace period. After
Okay.
the 15th day, it's a 5% late fee.
Okay.
So essentially, you pay your stay, you don't, you won't. All right? So you're going to sign, no date. Perfect. So next is your mortgage. Now this is just a security instrument against the property. Pretty much it's the lien that gets recorded with the county, just saying that the lender has an interest in the property.
Okay.
So you can't sell it without paying it back, right?
Oh, okay, got it.
So a couple things I want to confirm. So make sure your name is spelled correctly on here.
Yep.
And marital status.
Yep.
And then that loan amount.
Yep, that's perfect.
Okay, perfect. All right. So while that's good, I'm going to have you sign and date while I notarize it. Now, I know you see there's some witness lines on there.
Okay.
Now, a lot of times you don't require to have a witness today. Florida mortgages don't require witnesses, Now, if we needed a witness, it would have been dependent on the lender, so you don't have to worry about that section there.
Okay.
So then I'll notarize mine. Perfect. Now, plant unit development writer. So it looks like you're going to be in Covington Park, and you're responsible for HOA fees and any fees associated with living in that plant unit development, separate from the mortgage.
Okay.
So that's any HOAs. The CDD is a part of your property taxes, but anything that's associated with that.
Okay.
Thank you. Now we have your notice of right to cancel. All right, so this just details, your rescission period.
Okay.
It says starting today, you have until this date to
Okay.
cancel the loan for any reason at all. Right?
Okay.
So you're gonna see 2 places to sign. Don't sign here. This is that you wish to cancel. You're gonna sign at the very bottom one. You're gonna sign the end date.
Okay.
What you're signing is that you are receiving 2 additional copies of this, which
Okay.
I have here for you.
Okay.
All right. So I'll put these to the side for you
Okay.
for now.
Thank you.
All right, perfect. So compliance agreement or error in omissions. Now this just says that in the event that there's any errors in the documents that require you to re-sign, that you'll fully cooperate.
Okay.
So you'll sign and date that one for me. All right, perfect. And I will notarize my section here. Perfect. All right, so now we're getting into some things you've already seen and may look familiar. So this is your uniform residential loan application. This is pretty much the paper version of the online application you submitted to apply for the loan.
Okay.
So a couple things. One, not gonna worry about initialing here because it's only you on the loan, correct?
Okay. Yep. That's
All
on
right,
me.
perfect. So we're gonna skip ahead. You're gonna skip ahead a couple pages, and you're gonna sign and date here. Pretty much, you're signing and acknowledging that the information you provided in the loan application is true and accurate.
Okay.
Basically, you didn't lie on the application.
Got
And
it.
you didn't lie, did you?
Nope.
All right. Now, you can tell me the truth. You're gonna find out. All right, perfect. So we can skip ahead the rest of that. So make sure there's no other hidden signatures in here. Sometimes they hide a little extra signature in there. They always have to double check. All right, perfect.
Good notary. You're double checking.
Oh, that's important.
About how many times you think you check the packet?
Probably about 3 3 times minimum.
That's a lot. But,
And then I check it again when I get in the car.
well, I'd rather
before I
you
pull
check
off.
it because I don't want you to have to come back here, and I
Yeah.
want my $704.
And the thing is, if you're messing this stuff up, you can miss that rate lock period too. So
Oh,
it's really
that
important that
would
we get
suck.
this right.
Oh, let's get it right then.
So this is your signature affidavit and AKA statement. So 2 things you're going to be signing on. The first one, you're certifying that this is your true and correct signature. The second one, you're certifying that you are also known by these names. Now these names come from your
okay.
credit report.
Yeah.
Now incorrect spelling of a name, that's fine. You just don't want to see my name on the list, all right?
Oh, okay.
But, so
I
you may see
never
some
know
person.
by that name.
All right, so
before.
if you ever been known by a name, you're gonna put a single line through it.
Okay.
You're gonna write never known as, and then put your initials.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
So I'll let you do that.
Okay, thank you. And then just signing date, right?
Just sign a date there, and don't forget up here, you're signing up there as well.
All right.
Perfect, and I will notarize that one. All right, so this one is a jurat, so I have to have you perform an oath for me. Do you mind raising your
Oh,
right hand?
okay, sure.
All right, so do you solemnly swear or affirm on the penalty of perjury that the statements made in this document are true and accurate to the best of your knowledge and belief?
Yes, I do.
All right, perfect. Perfect. So occupancy statement. So long story short here, pretty much just says that you will be occupying the property as your principal residence.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're gonna sign a date there. So the
Okay.
reason why that's important is because that's how they structured your loan. Your loan is based on it being your primary residence versus an investment property.
Gotcha.
And I will notarize that one. Good. So mailing address certification. Basically, you're gonna just be selecting if whether or not the subject property address will be your mailing address, or if there's gonna be a different address. So
Oh, yeah.
is the
It
property
will
address gonna be? She's gonna check yes there, and then you'll sign the date.
Okay.
All right. So we have your W-9 or tax identification number and certification. This is something they would have collected at the beginning of the application process.
Okay.
Now they just want a wet signature. They're pretty much just verifying your tax ID number.
Okay.
Remember that you are who you are. Just make sure that is correct.
That.
Social Security is correct.
Uh huh.
All right.
Yep, that's right.
Perfect. So you're gonna sign and date.
Okay.
It's only gonna be that front page.
Do I need to check any of these boxes in this section 3?
Oh yeah, so you can check that you're an individual since
Okay.
you're signing, since you're doing it on your behalf.
Got it.
Now a lot of times that's already filled in, but always double check that.
Okay.
All right. So first payment notification. So this is saying that for this mortgage, your first payment will be January 1st, 2022.
Okay.
For this amount, that's gonna be your principal and interest, property taxes, and homeowners insurance.
Okay.
Okay. You're gonna sign a date acknowledging you know when your first payment is and who that payment goes to.
Yep. I get to skip a payment.
Oh yeah.
On vacation or something.
Okay, so you caught that date there. I was gonna tell you.
Yeah.
All right. So initial escrow account disclosure statement.
Okay.
This is just detailing the initial estimate for your escrow.
Okay.
All right. So again, they have to estimate those property taxes. They don't have the tax bill right now, but what you may see, especially once you file for homestead, is that those property taxes may go down.
Okay.
Yeah? But this is just to show you what the estimate is for now. You'll sign a date there. All right, so we have another document here that you've already signed electronically as well. This is your hazard insurance requirements notice. So you already have property insurance now. We're going to be sitting at the closing table.
Mm-hmm.
This document just details the requirements for that hazard insurance that you have to list this lender as the lender on the actual policy.
Okay.
All right, so just going over what's an acceptable policy and what they consider the correct coverage.
Okay.
So you'll sign a date there. All right, perfect. Now, homeowners real estate tax authorization. All right, so this document, long story short on that as well, is you're just giving the lender permission to pay your property taxes on your behalf. So that escrow that you're giving them, they're just gonna they're gonna get a copy of the bill from the county, and they're gonna pay that.
So I don't have to think about it, really.
Pretty much, yeah. Think of an escrow as like a savings account. Right? So they just say you're saving up for that. All right, so important information, undisclosed debt. So this is just certifying that you pretty much haven't acquired any new debt, so you didn't acquire any that you didn't disclose to the lender.
Oh no, I didn't
Since
apply
the
for
last
anything
time.
or anything. No.
So you'll sign a date there. All right, so notice about appraisal of your property. Says that you have a right to a copy of your appraisal.
Okay.
Also says that you've already received a copy of your appraisal, whether that be paper or electronic. Most of the time that was emailed. Did you already receive that?
They waived it.
Okay, so you weren't required to have an
I
appraisal.
wasn't, no.
All right, so that's the other thing. So you see that third one there says that you weren't required to have a
Right.
So you're gonna sign a date there.
Okay.
And next one, not in a special flood zone
Oh,
area.
thank God.
That's pretty straightforward. Just says you're not in a special flood zone area, so you're not required to have flood insurance.
Like, what if I get in? What if like they rezone it or something?
Yeah, at that time you'll be informed, but
They may let me know.
yeah, but that's gonna come from FEMA.
Oh,
So that's
okay.
gonna come from the government.
Gotcha.
So the lender doesn't determine flood zones.
Got it.
So notice regarding furnishing of negative information, just says they can report to the credit bureau if you miss payments or you're late. Now listen, they're gonna do this. Like if you miss payments or you're late, they're gonna report regardless if you sign it or not. They're not asking you; they're just telling you.
Oh, okay.
All right, next one. So this just disclosing your credit score, this credit score that they use to approve you. Also disclosing to you that if they run your credit, they're required to give you a copy of that report.
Okay.
So that's just what this details. You're signing that you did receive this.
Yep, I got it.
There. All right, so employment certification.
Okay.
You're certifying that you're still currently employed, that you haven't had a negative impact or decrease in your financial status
Okay.
at all.
Okay.
So just on that date there. So, Equal Credit Opportunity Act. This just says that pretty much the lender is not allowed to discriminate against you for anything other than your credit.
Oh, okay.
All right? So you're just on that date there.
Okay.
Thank you. Let's skip ahead of a couple things. Alright, so we got a couple things we get to skip past. That's good. Alright, so your fee worksheet. So the fee worksheet, pretty much all the same information that was on that closing disclosure. It just breaks down what the loan costs were.
Oh, okay.
Also shows what your loan amount is, which is there, interest rate, and your term, which is 30 years.
Yeah.
Conventional just details all those things. So yes, on that date. Alright. So We got a couple other documents you've already signed electronically. So this is your request for a transcript of tax return. This is when the lender requests a transcript for your tax return.
Oh, okay.
So you're gonna sign and date there.
And that's my social. Okay, that's my social up there.
Yep.
Man, how many of these you do a day?
It depends, but I've had somewhere upwards of 10, 11. Some days it's only 3.
Ah, that's crazy.
Yeah, but you just kind of get into it. You get familiar with the documents. Now this one's a little after the fact. You've already given them your tax returns. This is just a consent to the use of tax return information. The reason why you're signing this too is that in the event that they sell your loan to another lender, that lender has the right to look at your tax return as well.
Oh, okay.
All right, so mortgage fraud is investigated by the FBI. Don't do it. All right, so you remember that you acknowledge and understand that you didn't commit anything or you didn't lie on this application.
Okay.
Perfect. All right, so now we have the amortization schedule. All right, so
What's that?
so this just details the 30 years of payment. So each payment.
I don't want to see that.
Yeah,
Do I
so
gotta sign it?
You do have to sign it though.
Let me see.
Yeah, just in that you received it. So you just sign on there. Perfect. Now this is the authorization for the Social Security Administration to release Social Security number verification.
Okay.
You already filled this out too. It's just verifying, of course, your identity, your Social Security number, for the purpose of applying for a mortgage.
Okay.
So you're gonna sign and date in here. Okay, so indemnity agreement or municipal county liens association assessments. Pretty much you're just saying that there's no special assessments, which is like liens from your HOA, no liens on from the county or the city for utilities or taxes of any kind.
All right.
You'll sign, no date.
I don't have any of those.
Now, the next one is your survey affidavit. Now we're looking at the title docs now. So the other documents we're doing, those came from the lender. These come from your title company.
Okay.
Right? So your survey affidavit, you're just swearing and attesting to the fact that since the last time you cleared your survey, which is your boundary survey, there's been no changes to the property.
Okay.
No new encumbrances or no new fence or pool that wasn't disclosed.
Okay. Yep. No.
And I will notarize that. Perfect. All right, so owner's affidavit and agreement. Pretty much you're just saying that one, you are the legal owner of the property, you have a legal right to sell the property, and that there's no municipal liens, city liens, county liens, no bankruptcy judgments, anything that wasn't disclosed. Right? So you're just gonna sign and date.
Oh, no, they don't have.
Yep, okay, yeah, no date, good catch. All right, so limited power of attorney. It just says that there's any typos or clerical errors in the documents, like incorrect dates or spelling of the property address, your name, then the title company can make those changes for you. They can't change your interest rates, loan terms, nothing to do with the numbers.
I hope not.
Oh no, don't worry about that.
Okay.
All right. So you're gonna sign there and no date on that. And I will notarize this one. So mortgage payoff certification. So your mortgage payoff certification, just saying that the title company is going to take care of paying off the other mortgage with the refinance. In the event that there's an overpayment, then you'll reimburse that difference. In the event that there's an underpayment, they're going to come at you for it. But generally, it's always an overpayment. They like to overestimate these.
All right.
So you're going to sign that you understand that. So we have another compliance agreement. The first compliance agreement we signed was for the lender. This one's for the title company. Again, if they ever need you to re-sign something, you'll fully cooperate. So yeah, sign there for me. Okay, perfect. Now, this here is the instructions, wire instructions, pretty much where you want your funds to come back from your refinance. So the amount you're getting doesn't necessarily qualify for you for a wire. So you're just going to select that you're going to be receiving a check. And then you put in the address that you want that check sent to.
Okay.
Now, if you were getting a wire, then I would need a voided check from you, and we put all that information in. But you're gonna fill that out for me.
Check and okay.
Perfect. And then you're gonna sign that that's correct.
Okay.
Perfect. And then I will notarize that. Yeah, you didn't think we were gonna get through this packet, did you? It seemed like a long time.
I mean, you were good. I mean, you got a girl.
So I'm gonna double check the document.
All right, go ahead and check the document.
All right, we'll make sure we didn't miss anything. All right.
Okay.
All right, and did I give you your ID back?
Yes.
All right, perfect. And I do have some copies for you as well of the packet.
Okay.
You're also going to receive copies of the signed documents as well.
Okay.
But, let me leave you with some information.
Oh, thank you.
Make sure everything looks good. All right. There's a couple more left. Let's get past some things. Perfect. Boom, boom, and boom. All right. Everything looks good. So I'm gonna get all this over to the title company, scan everything in, drop it off FedEx. Again, your loan won't fund until after your rescission period.
Okay.
So after those 3 business days, including Saturdays, that's when you will get your funds back. They'll overnight you a check. Let the title company keep you updated on closing.
Okay.
All right. Perfect. Any questions?
You wanna go out for coffee?
All right. So we're gonna have a great day. See you later.